Welcome to another interview on Addicted to Running. This is Brian Hawk. He's actually from Simple Hydration. We're going to just be able to share about his business. This is going to be, I think, my third or fourth interview. I can't remember now. But thanks, Brian, for coming on. Go ahead and share some of just your history and a little bit about Simple Hydration.
Sure. I got into... I'm going to have to tell you about how I got into running to kind of bridge to where I am. But yeah, I got into running back about 1979, I guess it was, so quite a while ago when I was 11 years old. And my dad is the one who actually got me into running, so that was back. He had just given up smoking and drinking and kind of pulled me out the door to run with him, and I really liked doing that. And he was training for a marathon because he needed some goal to shoot for. And so I really liked that idea. So the next year I ran a marathon, kind of was hooked from there on out as far as running. Fast forward to today, I kind of graduated in college with a degree in design. And kind of applying the two loves just last year, I created the Simple Hydration water bottle for runners. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I still have my other design business that I do, but then I also have Simple Hydration, which is it's a hook-shaped bottle for runners that just slides right onto your waistband so that you don't have to hold a bottle in your hand while you run, and you don't have to use a bulky hydration belt or even pack, and just a real simple way to take water with you. So that's kind of a real quick synopsis of where I am right now.
What's your favorite race or event you've been a part of?
Probably it would have to be Ironman Coeur d'Alene, which was the first one I ran in 2000 or competed in 2008. The town was amazing. The scenery was beautiful, and not even so much the event itself. It's once you commit to that, and you have to commit a year out. It's kind of like, okay, what did I get myself into? And you've got to train. You've got to learn about how to train effectively and put in all the right miles and training, and I was not a swimmer at the time, so I had to kind of learn how to swim, which worked out. I mean, it took me about 4 months to kind of get the rhythm down and all that, but you get it. And so just that whole experience. I mean, because it lasts so long, it's almost a year kind of the preparation, and if you take it seriously, you're reaching out to people to kind of understand what they're doing and how they do it, and training with people because 100-mile ride's a long way, and you can do them by yourself, but at the same time, it's nice to have some training partners on certain things. So, that was probably the most exciting event.
What do you still enjoy about running?
That's a good question. Probably the satisfaction of knowing that you did it, because it takes a little bit of, if you're not a runner, courage to sign up for a race, or if you're going for a specific time, courage to sign up for the race because, you got that goal out there. And so, you're the one responsible for the training necessary to reach that goal. And it's very satisfying when you do reach that goal and wow, I ran in the rain, I ran in the snow, I, did all those things to get to that point. And that's very satisfying. So that's what I like about running.
Questions you're asked most about running. Obviously, you have a water bottle that you've made, so you probably get tons of different questions about that and different things about running.
I guess on Simple Hydration, it's a lot of questions. People say, hey, does it bounce on your waistband? Hey, does it move around, left and right? Can I use it with a belt? How does it fit in your hand? How does it feel? And really kind of what it comes down to it, and I kind of compare it to almost like a Vibram. It doesn't fit like a true category per se. So like, with Vibrams, it didn't fit anything, that was out there already. And with my water bottle, it doesn't fit the handheld, it doesn't fit the belt, it doesn't fit the pack. So it's kind of like its own thing. So it's hard for people to kind of get their hands around it to understand kind of how it works. So it's one of those, I think, once you test it out, and obviously you've used it, so you kind of realize how it can work. And usually it takes about 400 yards for it to kind of get a feel, and then you kind of settle in, and it kind of settles in itself. And then you just don't which a lot of people say, hey, you just kind of forget about it. And I just posted a review this morning from a place over in France that did a review, and they said the same thing. They said, the greatest ideas are the simple ideas, and that, they were surprised because they forgot I was even back there. So, yeah.
Okay, this is going to be trail or road, and why?
Yeah, I like both. I like the road because I live in kind of the city area. I don't live in a downtown area, but so, lots of streets around, and I like the energy of the cars kind of passing you by, and I love going out for like 10 or plus mile runs on the roads, and you're trying to run fast, and you get all those cars kind of moving past you, and it's almost like you don't want to let down at all because people might see you out there that know you, and you don't want to slow down. So I kind of like that aspect of it. And then there's also the the trails. I like really kind of the opposite, which is they're peaceful. They're very nice on your legs and the pounding that you're doing on the road. So it's good to kind of have that balance, I think. So really both.
And next question, what are your thoughts about the minimal barefoot running movement?
I think it's here to stay. I think that if you just look back to history, I mean, the natural form of how people run and how they strike on their feet, and how most people shouldn't be heel striking if they do. So I mean, it's here to stay. It's just a matter of how people transition to it. I think there's kind of a rush for a lot of people to kind of say, oh yeah, I'm a barefoot runner or I'm a minimalist runner. And they kind of rush into it, and I think they're really opening themselves up to hurting themselves. So I think as long as you're smart about it and really transition smoothly into it, I think it's something that's probably going to become even more of a force in the future.
What shoes do you run in? Which one's your favorite kind of thing?
I run in a variety of shoes. I'm not a shoe. I just don't get into shoes that much. My main thing is I just want them to feel good on my feet. So I'm not very loyal to a shoe company per se. Now, granted, if I get a pair of shoes that seem to work, I'll stick with it. But right now I'm running in Mizuno Wave Inspired, I think they are, or something like that. And Mizuno is like one of those brands I kind of stumbled upon because I was going in to buy another product at Bob Bronker's running spot here in town. And they had a sale going on, and I went ahead and I bought a pair that I came in to purchase, and I can't remember what it was offhand now. I think it was Saucony. And so I went ahead and got those because I was familiar with it, and I kind of liked them, and they had this other sale, 50% off, so I went ahead and got the Mizunos, and I really liked those. And I liked them better than the other ones I got, so started wearing those, and that seemed to work out pretty well. And then like any shoe company, they seem to tweak it and change it, and then the next time it just didn't feel quite right, and so I moved on to something else, and now I'm back to Mizunos again. So whatever feels right is kind of what I go with.
The next question, obviously, if you had to pick one sponsor for yourself, who would it be and why? And you're not the first, but it's still pretty funny.
As I said, I think you know the answer to this question. I mean, basically, Simple Hydration, and I think back to when Nike came out originally, and Steve Prefontaine, and so for me, with Simple Hydration, in my mind, I know exactly where I'm trying to take the brand, and I think it's kind of cool being a part of that, from its infancy on, and we'll see where it all goes, but so hydration definitely.
So just in closing, thanks Brian for coming on. I know if you guys have made it this far, we're going to be doing a giveaway at the bottom. Check it out. We're going to be giving a bottle away coming up, so it's going to be a week-long giveaway. You guys will see that in the text all below. But thanks, Brian, for coming on and supporting this. And again, to everyone that's watching, please tune in again next week. Hopefully I'll have up a couple other Skype videos in a row. I already have a couple lined up, so look forward to those. But again, thanks, Brian, for coming on.
Thanks, Alex. Appreciate it.